Hey guys, welcome back to your own channel Technical Sahil. In today's video, we are gonna talk about PowerMTA, and not only just talk about, but I will be showing a complete setup and installation and configuration of PowerMTA. I know whenever there is a talk about PowerMTA, there are so many questions flashes in our mind like what is PowerMTA, where to get it, how to install, what is required, inbox delivery through PowerMTA is possible or not, and many more questions like that. And in this video we will find out the answers of all those questions one by one. So for all those viewers who doesn't know about what is PowerMTA, I'll try to make them understand in a short and simple manner. PowerMTA is a mail transfer agent which job is to transfer the mail from one server to another server, just like postfix, exim, or many other like that. It's neither a control panel itself nor a SMTP server. Like if you are consistently following my channel from long time and you have seen my webmin SMTP playlist, then you must have seen that we have also installed webmin, which is web hosting control panel. Also we have installed mailviz with it, which is a self-hosting email marketing software. So the email service that we use is mail transfer agent, that was postfix on that series, which was installed by default with webmin. So PowerMTA is just another mail transfer agent like postfix, but has some special advanced features like you can set the frequency of multiple ISPs, like some emails send on this address and some from this address. Plus it has a IP warm up feature as well, which means you can create policy for warming up your IPs and so on. And PowerMTA comes up with a management console, or you can say a monitoring console, which enables us to install it without any web hosting control panel management software. And in this video also we will install PowerMTA standalone. So without giving any more theoretical explanation, let's jump into the installation. We need at least a VPS to install and configure PowerMTA with a port number 25 open, because root access needed for configuration file, and for this we are using DigitalOcean in this video. You can choose any server provider you want, just make sure it has CentOS 7 operating system and port number 25 enabled in it. So alright, I am already logged in into my DigitalOcean account. So it's time to create a droplet, and for this click on this create button and select this first option, which is droplets. Here we need to choose a region first, which is I am choosing New York, and they have 3 data centers in the New York. By default, first one is selected and I'm going with the default. And here we need to select our operating system, which is CentOS 7. And by following this tutorial, make sure to select CentOS 7, because the configuration I will be showing you in this video, I'm not sure it may works on Ubuntu or any other OS. Now when it comes to the server specifications, it can be work on even this smallest $6 droplet as well, means 1 GB RAM and 1 CPU is enough. But still the specifications I am leaving up to you, because I am just creating this tutorial, but you knows for which purpose you are installing PowerMTA, how many emails you want to send per day. It's depending upon that. So choose specification according to your usage. I am going with this $6 regular SSD, which is fine for making this video. And password I have already generated here, because it has so many stipulations with the password, like starting with this, ending with this. I am aware about this, that's why I wrote a proper password here, which could be accepted easily. And when it comes to the host name, you need to configure fully qualified domain name, and it's your choice to configure here from start or after deploying through commands. And I recommend you to do it here. It's important for reverse DNS and you can say PTR. So your host name should be like first dot, after first dot your domain name, and before first dot it should be any subdomain here. Like you can see this example, PMTA is my random name. You can define anything here. And after that, my domain, which I am going to use in this video. Rest are the things is up to you. Either you can select or deselect anything, or you can go with default like I am doing. So after all these, click this create droplet button. and it will take some time for provisioning. Till then we have to wait for it. And when the provisioning is complete, we simply need to copy the server IP from here, which we got. And inside our domain registrar panel, which is Namecheap in my case, go to this advanced DNS section, scroll down a bit, and add a record like this. In type A, in value, paste the server IP here, and in host, mention the name before first dot, which is PMTA in my case. And if TTL is set to automatic by default, don't change it and click save changes. Now this will take some time in propagation. Till then, let's proceed to the further steps, which is to log into our server. And for this, let's first copy the server IP from here. And I have already installed one SSH client, which is Putty. So I will log in through that. You can use any other SSH client as well. Whatever environment makes you feel comfortable, you can go with that. Yes, we trust this host. Username is root and root password is here. We just need to right click to paste anything here inside Putty. And we are logged in into our server. Now guys, each and every command I run in this video, you can find all right there inside this article. This following article is written by me. These are the exact steps we need to follow for installing and configuring PowerMTA. So find the link of this article in the description below and follow it step by step. Seems like we have already done some of the above steps. These are the requirements written over here, like the domain name, VPS with port number 25 enable, and of course the PowerMTA installation file, which is same I am using in this video. Each and every click here links contain some offers for you, like you may get up to 84% off on domain names for Namecheap going through this link. And similarly, you can set up 4 different servers from different providers free for first few months. Like Volta is providing $150 worth of free server credits. Similarly, DigitalOcean and Linode providing $100 each, and Hetzner is providing €20 of free credits. And as this time I am recording this video, they all have a port number 25 enabled by default, so you can try any of them or all of them. For this video we are going to use DigitalOcean, but the steps you can apply with any other provider as well. And PowerMTA you can also get it right from here. Now we have already deployed a server. The next step is to connect with server and check port number 25 is enabled or not. I know it's enabled in DigitalOcean, but just to show you how to check, I am confirming. Like first we need to install telnet, and by following this command we can install telnet. Now we can move to this command to check by sending request on smtp.gmail.com using this same telnet library through port number 25. And this connected to smtp.gmail.com. Here indicates the port number 25 is open on this server. If you did not see this message in return output of this command, that means port number 25 has not enabled on your server and you can't use that server for mailing purposes. So to exit from telnet after check, simply type quit here and press enter. Now the next step is to update system packages. This is not related to installing PowerMTA, but it's good in any ways, like if you deployed a new server, but to make sure it has updated all the existing pre-installed libraries. So it's always good in that manner. For updating, we simply need to copy this command from here and paste it into a terminal and press enter. Now this will take some time depending upon the resources having on your server. So till then it's completing the process. I am fast forwarding this video. Our system packages has been updated. Now we should need to proceed with installing PowerMTA. But before that, we need to upload the PowerMTA files to our server. And this is the zip file. We need to upload it to our root directory, our server's root directory. But this is a zip file, means we need to extract it to our server. Because if we upload the folder by extracting it will take a lot of time through FTP. So we need to install unzip library on our server, and we will install this by using this command. And guys, I'm not writing these commands, and that's because I have written ones here for me and for you. Writing makes learning strong, but it produces mistakes on the other hand as well. So it's good if you copy and paste everything right from here to prevent from any mistake or creates any chaos. Alright, so now we can upload the PowerMTA file, means this PowerMTA zip file. And as I already said, if we are installing PowerMTA without any control panel, so we need one file transfer software which provides us an environment to upload a file. You can either use FileZilla or WinSCP, whatever it pronounced. These are the two most popular and free programs here. Download links for both are mentioned here, and FileZilla has already installed on my PC. So can download and install any of these. Both are very easy to install. You just need to run these exes and click next few times. But as I said, FileZilla is already there in my PC, so let me open it. And now we need to provide server credentials such as in host. We can either provide host name or an IP address. I am not sure DNS has propagated yet or not. So let's go with providing server IP. Username is root, and password we can copy from here and paste it here. And make sure to mention the port number 22 because it will generate an error and won't allow you to log in without port number. And we are here inside our root directory, and the file we need to upload is here at the desktop, which is pmta.zip. So we need to upload this file inside this root directory, and it will take some time. So till then we have to wait. And the file has been uploaded to our server root directory. Now we need to go back to the terminal, and let's first we need to check whether the file has been uploaded on a correct path or not. And for this we need to run this ll command, and as you can see this pmta file exists here. Now we need to unzip this same file using the unzip command. Command is very simple: unzip and mention any file name with the zip extension. In our case it is pmta.zip, and it has extracted all the files inside pmta directory. And now if we again check this to make sure by using command, the same command ll. So as you can see the PMTA directory is now has been also created. Now we need to go inside this directory using cd commands. Cd means change directory. So we need to change directory from root to PMTA, and inside PMTA directory we simply need to execute this install sh file by using this sh command. We have to wait for a while till it completes. So guys, as you can see, our PowerMTA has been installed successfully. The next step in this article is to connect SMTP server with our domain, which we have already did at the start of this video. Now I am hoping that the propagation part would be also done till now, so we can proceed with the next step, which is to configure our PowerMTA. And guys, remember one thing, this configuration we will do for now is a temporary configuration, means it just open the door for us to reach PowerMTA monitoring console. Email sending won't be work using this configuration method. For this we have to configure our PowerMTA again by using our monitoring console, which would be much easier for us. So first we need to install Nano Editor, and we will do this by using this command, which we simply copy from here and need to paste it here and press enter. Nano has been installed. Now we simply need to open our config file using this Nano editor, which we have just installed. The config file is inside PMTA directory, which is inside etc directory. So instead of reaching to config file by cd command, we can simply run this command by copying from here and paste it here. Now we need to find this line of code inside our config file and need to replace this 0.0.0.0 with localhost IP, which is 127.0.0.1, like this. And we also need to change the port number from 25 to 2500. After that, we need to find the following line: HTTP MGMT port 8080, and we simply need to paste this line of code below that line. Wait a minute, let me find this line. Here it is. Below this line, we need to paste that line. And when we scroll down a bit, below this HTTP access 110.1.024 admin line of commented code, we need to paste this line from here. But before this, we need to replace this your server IP with our server IP. So we will copy this from here and paste it in a notepad first. And please don't forget to change your server IP with this your server IP, your actual server IP you got from your ISP, your VPS provider. And to save a file in Nano, we simply need to press Ctrl plus X, then Y, then enter. It will save any file in Nano. And as we made any changes in the config file, every time we need to restart PowerMTA, because the changes won't apply if we did not restart the PowerMTA services. And to restart PowerMTA, simply run these two commands by copying it from here. And guys, after restarting both PMTA and HTTP services, make sure you will get a green OK message in response like this. If you are getting any red fail message in both or either any one, this means that there is some problem with your configuration. In that case, you again have to watch this configuration part and trying to rectify and resolve the problem, otherwise it won't work for you. Anyways, we have restarted PowerMTA. Now we simply need to launch PowerMTA, and for this we simply need to visit this URL, our server IP with port number 8080. So we will copy our server IP from here, opening a new tab into the browser, paste the server IP with port number 8080, and this is our PowerMTA monitoring console, or you can say management console. Right now it's not functioning. If we try to send email, it won't work. For this, as I told you earlier, we again have to configure PowerMTA, and for this you guys first need to copy this complete lengthy code configuration file, and be careful while you copying, and make sure everything is selected. And paste it first into a local text editor or any code editor like this. And now we have to do few changes, like find your domain.com and your server ip.com in this file, and we have to replace your domain.com and your IP with the domain and IP address, with our domain and our IP address everywhere it is written. Like in our case, our domain is mailwheel.us, and it will show how many times it has your domain.com, which I am gonna replace one by one. I am replacing one by one because I also want to see where it has done. And here we need to mention our subdomain as well, which is PMTA in our case. So we need to replace this subdomain with PMTA. And for now, I am commenting this DKIM line because we have not added DKIM record yet. You can type hash at first of whatever line you want to comment. And here also we need to replace your domain with our actual domain. Now it's time to replace the IP in place of server IP. And for this, we first need to copy the server IP from here and replace one by one on both the places like this, and like there also. Now select all text by pressing Ctrl plus A and copy all the code by Ctrl plus C. Now in PowerMTA management console window, click this edit configuration file, and here remove all the text which is already written from here inside here, and paste all the text which we have copied from Visual Studio Code, and click save. The configuration has been saved. Now this was the configuration which we actually needed to make this working. And please don't forget to replace your domain and your server IP with your actual server domain, with your actual server IP and domain. Now guys, our PowerMTA server has been configured and ready to send bulk emails. But as I already said, the configuration won't apply if we don't restart PowerMTA after that. So again, we need to restart PowerMTA and hoping to see the green OK message, just like that. And we have to restart the HTTP service also. Perfect. Now guys, as I said, we have successfully installed and configured PowerMTA, so it's time to prove my claim. And for this, we have to test our PowerMTA SMTP connection, and we are using these two websites for this work. First website will tells us about PowerMTA is sending emails or not, and the second website which tells us how strong possibilities of our email has to reach receiver's inbox or not. And now we need our SMTP credentials first, like our host name, username, password, port number to send emails. So where we can find those details? The answer is very simple. Our configuration files contain those details like host name or IP. We can find from this line. Let me show you. This is our first requirement, host name and IP address. Similarly, our port number is 2525, which we can also find inside this config file. At the top of this config file, behind the SMTP listener line, we are using port number 24 or 2525, which is not secure because we can't connect on 465 or 487 because we have not installed SSL yet. So simply remain uncheck this and check this use authentication. Now username and password we can find out from here. Here at line number 45, this is our username and this is our password, and it's all changeable. Means you can change your username password from here, and it's recommended to change because the config file has been used by all of you. So it's good if you have your own username and password, but right now I'm going with the same username and same password. Now from email you can find on the top of this config file right here text before @ you can change the username, but the domain would be same which we have configured in mailwiz.us in our case. So I am going with the same email also. I am not changing anything because I need to restart PowerMTA, which makes this video more lengthy. And in email 2, I will mention this email, mail tester email, which tells us about our inbox score. So click send. And we are getting this error like server busy, and this error is not from our PowerMTA server. Server busy means the server which hosted this website smtpr.net is busy at this time. This is not related to our server which we have created. You can see if we try again. So as you can see, this time our email has been sent successfully. And now if we check the inbox score of this email powered by PowerMTA, it's 4.9 out of 10. And it's obvious because we have neither installed SSL nor configured DNS records like SPF, DMARC, MX, etc. We have also not created the sender email address mail@mailwiz.us. That's why there's an authentication problem as well. We just have added one DNS record which is enough to connect our domain with our server hostname. So in order to improve our inbox score, we need to do such things. And the good thing is our IP is not blacklisted. Guys, I forgot one thing to mention here. Whenever you deploy or buy any server, if you are using that server especially for email, so make sure to check the server IP you have got is blacklisted or not at the start before doing anything. If you got blacklisted IP, the emails you send would be always received by the user spam folder. And to check server IP is blacklisted or not, there are several online tools available on the internet. And one tool you can find on your friend's website as well, which is technicalsite.com. You need to visit this tool section here, and here you need to mention the IP address and click check blacklist. So this tool will also tells whether your server IP is blacklisted or not. As you can see, the IP is not blacklisted, whatever we saw there in mail tester. Now we could improve this score from 4.9 to something else, and for improving we simply need to add some DNS records which create a domain identity for our domain in the world of web. And for this, let's first starting with adding MX record by following the same format. Just need to replace domain with your own domain and your IP with your server IP. Like if I go in this advanced DNS of my domain registrar, which is Namecheap, the steps are same for any registrar. Select here custom MX instead of email forwarding. In host type in value type mailwiz.us. Mailwiz.us you won't type instead of your own domain name, and in priority set 10 and click save changes. Now in the similar way we need to add a SPF record in the format like this I have mentioned. Just need to replace your domain and your server IP. We copy and modify from here. According to our details, our domain is mailwit.us and IP is this IP. Now copy this complete line from Notepad Add a new record, type txt record, host at the rate value this one, ttl leave as automatic, and save changes. We have also added our SPF record as well. Now it's time to add DMARC, and here we don't need to replace anything with anything, just copy and paste the values one by one while adding a new record txt. Host is underscore DMARC, value copy the exact value from here, TTL automatic as always, and save changes. Now guys, we have added some important and required DNS records which has required to identify a sending domain as authorized domain. And now if we again check the inbox score by sending another email, first let me refresh this page to clear the values, and also this website to get another email. Right now just remember the score, it's 4.9 here right now. Now let's see how much it has improved. SMTP host pmta.mailwiz.us, port number 2525. Check user authentication, username copy, password also copy, email copy from here, email from, and email to copy from mail tester, and send email. Now if we again check the score, almost perfect from 4.9 to 7.8. Now guys, I want to share some reasons why it is not 10 on 10. First reason is, as I said earlier, DNS propagation takes time, but we immediately checked just after updating DNS records. And the second reason is we are sending emails from not secure port. We have not installed SSL. That's why we can't use port number 5870465. And the third reason is very important. We have not updated DKIM record. We have committed that code if you remember. These are the reasons it's not 10 by 10. And remember what I told you at the start of this video in the introduction part, that we can either install PowerMTA without any control panel, with any control panel like cPanel, Plesk, CyberPanel, etc., or we can only install solo PowerMTA. There are both advantages and disadvantages of both these scenarios. If we install PowerMTA standalone, we can install it on any small configuration server. The resources would be taken by only PowerMTA, not any control panel. So the email sending would be also fast, and you can send more number of emails on a less configuration, even $5 server. But on the other hand, if we have to configure each and everything through commands, we have not provided by any interface. We will not get any interface, which is all a manual work like we did in this video. And this is the advantage, and this disadvantage of PowerMTA standalone is the advantage of PowerMTA installing with any control panel. Like the things installing SSL, hosting any script like Mailwiz, Excel Mail or Sandy would make much easier, plus control panel can automatically generate these DNS records. We just need to copy paste and add it to our domain panel. But on the other hand, you have to buy a server with a good configuration, because there are some minimum requirements by the different control panels, like cPanel require 1 GB or 2 GB I guess, because control panel will also take some resources of your server, so you can't use any cheap server, any low configuration server. So in this video I have just shown you this method, this standalone method. This video would not be my last video on PowerMTA. Soon I will make a video on another method as well, and that time we will also make this 10 out of 10. because it is not worthy of time if we install let's encrypt to commands and all this stuff, because we are discussing this on another video of second part of this power mta, you can say. Plus we will install on that video an email marketing software like mailwiz excel mail as well. But right now that's all for this video, and please don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you are new, because my next few videos on different types of smtp servers, and you have watched this video complete, indicates that you don't want to miss out other videos on this topic as well. So make sure to subscribe to this channel, and thanks for watching. See you soon in the next video.